Hi, everybody. I think we're live. Yes. Awesome. Okay. Just giving things a minute or two on my end to catch up. Um, and also, I'm going to start a Q&A. So if there's anything that you guys want me to answer at the end of this, please let me know. Hello, Cheryl. Happy New Year. So I'm going to start the Q&A too. Okay, cool. And I'll check the questions in a bit. Hello, Willis. Happy New Year, guys. Welcome to our first full moon of 2026. It is here. Hello, Christopher. It's okay, no worries. You guys catch up and enjoy the content when you can. There's never any pressure. So tonight we are going to talk about the energy with this Cancer full moon. We're going to do a little breath work, meditation, and I will send you Reiki. And hopefully the Reiki will really help with whatever it is that you're feeling. Also, it'll just be a nice like cleanse and reset as we are starting this new year. And yeah, I did light my healing candle tonight. So just so you guys know, I have intention candles available on my website. I make these with my own two hands in my kitchen. You can't really see, but it says healing, this one, and it's a really light blue. But I have abundance, love, healing, power, and creativity. So tonight I figured let's work with the healing candle because the energy here is a little bit more emotional, but it's not like bad. So let's just dive into what's going on with this Cancer full moon energy. And then also we could talk a little bit more just about like how each of us are feeling, I guess. You're welcome to share as much as you want to in the chat. Hello. So the Cancer full moon is bringing heightened emotions and deep sensitivity. I will also call out that it is a super full moon, meaning it's bigger, closer to the earth. Well, it looks bigger because it's closer to the earth. And when it's a super moon, it's just things can be heightened a little bit more. Also, the moon enjoys being in Cancer, so it's not like a problematic place having it in the sign of Cancer. But this full moon is definitely inviting you to slow down, soften, and truly feel. And this is a powerful moment to reflect on how far you've grown over the past year and recognize what is now possible. I want to caveat with that statement that like there's no reason or need to have pressure to start something new on January 1st. This is allowed to be gentle, and it's allowed for you to like really take your time in transforming and growing and like figuring out what you want to change. So I love this energy of this full moon because it's a powerful moment for us to just really reflect and recognize like what is possible, what worked, what didn't work, what are we looking to let go of. And so emotional cycles especially are completing with this full moon. And it's really more with like a sense of gratitude, fulfillment, or like a meaningful ending that feels earned. Like, I'm so glad that this is done type of feeling, if that makes sense. So old emotional patterns, especially around family, relationships, money, and safety and belonging, may be surfacing to be released. Just be aware of that. Like sometimes I feel like when things resurface, we may think that we didn't do the work and we might question the work that we've done. But the reality is that it's just being resurfaced to be let go. So allow yourself to like feel through and release it. But this supermoon supports shedding that emotional weight that you've carried for too long. When I send the Reiki, we will do that. And I do invite you just to set whatever intention that you would like with the healing candle. And the healing candle will also assist with that releasing and healing as well. The This is also about creating space for greater balance, harmony, and nervous system regulation. When we let things go, it does create that space, right? It creates a little bit of a void. And that's also why sometimes being in transitions are so, like, I don't want to use the word painful, but like, they're a void because, you know, like the one thing has ended, but the newness hasn't started out yet. So you're like in that gap, you're like in that in between, right? So also with this full moon energy, truths might be rising from within. So like you might just be getting a lot more clarity. Your intuition might be speaking louder. Your authentic voice wants to be reclaimed. So really start to like listen to that quiet voice. And I do want to give you a few techniques right now on how to start training yourself to listen to that quiet voice, as maybe it'll be helpful if you're new to that type of journey. But my favorite way of doing this is to do it with like insignificant decisions in a way. So I think I've said this before on this channel at some point in a live to you guys. However, I was putting in an ebook, but I'm not going to do the ebook anymore. So I wanted to share it with you here because I do think it's really helpful. So two of my favorite options are like when you're getting dressed in the morning, asking yourself, what is it that I want to wear today? And then listening for that guidance to come through. And it's like, you know, just like using your intuition to help you pick out the clothing in a sense. And then as you go through your day, you will know if you listen to your intuition or not based on how you felt in those clothes. That's like one of my techniques. The other one is when you're going to like figure out what you're going to eat off of a menu, if you're eating out or like what you want to feed yourself. And it's allowing your intuition to guide you to that choice. And when I say allowing your intuition to guide you, what it really looks like is like you're looking at the menu and a few things are jumping out at you, and then you're trusting with what it is that's jumping out the most in a way. Like you're not second guessing, you're not asking somebody else their opinion and then like changing your mind. Like you're like, okay, I'm looking at the menu. Oh, these two things sound really good. And then like you sort out the clarity, and then you know if you listened and honored what you really wanted by if you enjoyed it or not. So those are just two really basic, simple ways to strengthen yourself listening to that authentic voice, because the authentic voice is really like quiet. It's not very loud. It's not jumping out at you. It's just like little quiet suggestions. You could do this with anything, really, like any decisions you have to make, especially ones that aren't like super impactful on your life. You can like play around with this and then help your authentic voice just become stronger and stronger. And over time, you're going to get used to hearing it more often because you're used to like seeing it, like you know what it sounds like. So those are techniques. But yeah, your authentic voice right now really wants to be reclaimed. It really is starting to come out strong. And so there is a strong theme of coming home to yourself, tending to your emotional body, honoring your need for care and security, and finding safety within rather than outside of yourself. And that's really, really important. Just like finding that security and that safety within you, like recognizing your own strength and your own power. And instead of looking at the external validity, I think that's how you say it, allowing yourself to really give it to yourself. So the other thing that's happening with like this Cancer, Capricorn, full moon situation, private emotions and public responsibilities are looking to be balanced. So this lunation offers a grounded emotional reset. So closing doors on old identities, but opening the way for a fresh, authentic beginning, rooted in self-trust and inner connection. So that is what is going on in a very English layman's term with this energy. Of course, I always invite you to listen to actual astrologers and hear what they have to say, as they will tell you about different planets that are happening right now and the placements of the planets. My goal every time when we do these is to just try to explain this in a way that you can easily understand why you're feeling what you're feeling, because a lot of times our emotions and our feelings change based on the moon sign. Moons rule the emotions. So when we start paying attention to that, we can start to understand that sometimes the things we're feeling are actually bigger than us, if that makes sense. So that's all I'm going to share. I'm just going to look at the chat real quick. I got to be too careful what I share because I see a lot. Gotcha. Okay. For me, with this new moon energy, for those of you who don't know, I am a Capricorn. My birthday is in 2 days on January 4th. And I definitely am feeling called to reestablishing certain habits and practices that I know really help me and really like do change and impact my mindset. And I have this really deep desire to really focus back in on like the manifestation and affirmation type of practices, and like really making it a point to think about the things that I do want rather than being in fear or complaining or etc. You know, it's so easy to get caught up in those traps. So that's definitely how I'm feeling with this full moon energy and New Year's. It's like I'm not being strict and holding myself to making drastic changes, but it's like I know the things that I want to bring back into my week, and I'm allowing myself to really make the time to bring them back in. So I share that to say it depends on where you are in your journey and how accustomed you are to being disciplined and like really making a change within yourself. So like know your limits and know what you need. Like sometimes we do need extreme discipline, and like I'm definitely somebody who enjoys extreme discipline. I can do something every single day for a certain amount of time and show up. You guys saw it. I posted a video every single day on YouTube for an entire year, no matter what, whether I was sick, whether I was away, like it didn't matter. So once you start to learn your strengths and weaknesses about how you're able to show up, it becomes easier for you to then make changes and habit and lifestyle changes because you know like what your limits are. You know what I mean? Hopefully this makes sense, and hopefully it's not a silly rant. But all I'm trying to say, recognize what you care about the most and decide in what way can you do it that's going to feel supportive and nurturing for you, and take the steps to do it, basically. And see if you can go, you know, make a commitment to do something for an entire quarter, something like that. So you don't need to change your life today because it's a new year. Also, once we go into Aries season astrologically, that will really be more of like a refresh. Also, the Chinese New Year, you know, like many people will say January 1st is just arbitrary. I kind of agree with it. However, I'm really excited to be done with 2025. So like, I'm cool to be like, deuces, bye-bye. So yeah, allow yourself to just feel however you want to feel as we go into this new time. So happy early birthday, minus 2 days after yours. Oh, so exciting, Cheryl. Happy early birthday to you too. And thank you. Okay. So that is my rant about all of this. Oh, I did mention, I just want to get everything out of the way because after we do the Reiki healing, I'm not really going to talk too much unless if somebody has like a question in the Q&A. But I told you guys I was going to create an ebook. I have been dragging my feet with making this ebook. Something in me has been like, I don't want to do it. So I'm not doing the ebook. Instead, I'm creating a 5 meditation bundle. It's called like it's going to be like a nighttime meditation bundle. So that will be a new product available for you guys to purchase, of course. And I'm going to have it on my website. I literally just finished editing all of the 5 meditations. I just need to re-listen to them myself, and then I will put them available on my website. But I'm really excited. They will be audio clips that you will have that you can like download and play whenever it is that you want to use it. And the meditations will range from like 15 minutes to 30 minutes. So they are much longer than what you guys get from me on YouTube. Looking forward to the fire horse. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the fire horse too. This year, I was listening to Chani Nichols, and she was just saying how this year, like, it's going to be another wild card. But I do think that this year, for a lot of us, things are going to start to feel better. So you guys have heard me say this time and again. The last 2 years have been, like, some of the most challenging years I've experienced. Like, literally. Some of the deepest growth I've had to do in a very, very, very long time. So, on that note, the meditation will be available soon. Okay, that's it. I think that's all that I had to share. I do have sessions available if you are looking for a one-on-one Reiki session with me as well. You could do them via video, or we could do it via like a photo. So either one is an option. and candles, as you guys know, I mentioned that. Okay, housekeeping is all done. Let's move into our breath work, meditation, and Reiki. And I will talk slower. So before we get into it, I just want to grab my healing candle for a moment and put it here on the screen for you guys and just invite you to set an intention, whatever it might be, however you would like this healing candle to assist you tonight. But just set your intention with me. And I ask that the Reiki energy in this healing candle assist with your intention. Okay, I'm going to start playing some music. And hopefully it won't be too loud. If it is, please let me know. Hi, Tom. Happy first full moon. Just want to make sure my settings are correct for this. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. You guys let me know in the chat if that is too loud at all. And so I invite you now just to settle into your body and gently close your eyes. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw. And soften your belly. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Pause gently at the top for a count of 2. And then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. As if you're sighing out emotional weight you no longer need to carry. We're going to do this again. Take an inhale for a count of 4. Pause and hold it for a count of 2. And exhale for a count of 6. With every exhale, imagine something heavy loosening. Old worry, old tension, old emotional responsibility that no longer belongs to you. With that in mind, we're going to do this again. Inhale for a count of 4, feeling the breath move into your chest, your ribs, your belly. Pause for a count of 2. And exhale for a count of 6. One more time, inhale for a count of 4. Pause for a count of 2. And exhale for a count of 6. Now allow your breath to return to a natural rhythm. Bring your awareness to your heart space, the center of your chest, and start to notice anything stored here. Maybe old emotions, memories, or anything you care deeply about. Now imagine the full moon floating right above your head, its soft light shining down on you. Anywhere you've been holding emotional weight around family, money, safety, belonging, or anything else, this moonlight and Reiki healing energy gently lift it away. Take a deep breath in, inviting this light and energy to flow exactly where it is needed, even into places you may not be consciously aware of. And as you exhale, simply allow the release. If emotions rise, let them move like waves, taking a moment to ride them with compassion. Silently or aloud, repeat, I am safe to feel. I am safe to release. I am allowed to come home to myself. Start to notice what it feels like to be here without carrying the past, without dragging old identities forward. This moment is a doorway, one cycle closing, another opening. Bring your awareness inward and ask gently, what truth wants to be acknowledged right now? Listen for the answer, noticing what you receive, and trust what arises as your intuition is clear under this full moon. I ask this Reiki healing energy to help balance your emotional body, restoring harmony, anchoring you into safety within yourself. Now gently place a hand on your heart. Take a slow, nourishing breath in and slowly exhale. Know that this emotional reset continues beyond this moment. You don't need to rush. You don't need to have it all figured out. You are allowed to move forward gently, rooted in care, truth, and self-trust. Take a moment to commit to honoring yourself, listening to your intuition, and tending to your emotional needs each day. Now slowly bring your awareness back into your space. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe take a quick stretch. Just allowing yourself to slowly, fully come back to this moment. Once you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes. And if you are laying down, just slowly come up, as sometimes you'll feel a little lightheaded. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank your body for holding you. And trust what is quietly forming within you now. As always, please drink some water, as this will help with the healing that you just received. If you ever want to have a private Reiki healing session with me, I do have availability throughout the week. So check my website. There is a link in the description below. And if there is no day or time that works for you, please send me an email, as I do have flexibility to open up for other times. So don't think those are the only slots. That's just how I manage my life right now. You are very welcome, Cheryl. There was one thing I definitely wanted to bring up, and I feel like there was something else and I'm forgetting. And so the one thing I didn't mention before, but I want to talk on more, with this being a emotionally charged weekend, this was my thought. Okay. So with this being an emotionally charged weekend, I want to remind you that we are here to have a human experience. And that includes the ability to feel all of our emotions. And so for any of you who know my story and have heard different bits and pieces of it, I spent a lot of years running away from feeling my emotions because I was scared of them. I was scared of, like, what would happen if I really felt my anger? Like, what would I do? Come to find out, I wouldn't do anything. And I actually learned I love the feeling of my anger. I love that feeling of pure rage and like the heat and fire and the warmth that it brings within me, and how it like revs me up and charges me to go towards something, you know what I mean? And so with this weekend being an emotional weekend, I want to remind you, like, there's nothing to be fearful of when it comes to our emotions. Like, we have this opportunity as humans to feel through all of them. And that's all it is. It's like when remembering what children are like, right? Like, they have an emotion, they feel it in that moment, and then like they move beyond it. They're done with it. So I just want to invite you this weekend to give yourself that space and that room to like just be human and like feel the emotion through. Don't create a story with it. Don't create this whole saga. Like, you don't even have to tell anybody that you're feeling the emotion. Just like recognize it in your body, feel it in that moment. See if you can find enjoyment in feeling in it, even if it's, like some of the crappiest feelings. I've been through them all these last 2 years, you know what I mean? And there's beauty and grief in a way, right? Like, we're so upset because we've lost somebody that we love so much, but how beautiful that we love them so much that their loss is so impactful, and it makes us feel so sad, right? Like, it's okay to just be with the emotions and feel them through. So that is the one thing I want to say in that regard of, it's okay. They're just emotions. Like, it's just a fleeting moment feeling in the body that you have. Let it go. Feel it and let it go. And then also, like, for me, writing is a way that helps me understand what I'm feeling. Like, if you genuinely don't know what you're feeling because you just can't recognize your emotions, like, sit down with a pen and paper and like ask yourself, or like talk to yourself out loud. And just see. Also, another way to recognize what you might feeling emotionally is what you're experiencing in the world. If you are driving and you are getting frustrated with every single person around you, that is a moment to turn within and be like, what am I frustrated about with myself? What is angering me, type of thing. You know what I mean? So like the outside world will also help you get like cues of how you might be doing emotionally. So just be gentle, enjoy, and know that everybody else is probably emotional too. So have some grace and compassion as you go about your daily life and deal with people throughout the weekend. The other caveat I wanted to say, let me just look in the chat. Thank you, Crystal. Oh, you're so welcome, Christopher. Hopefully it's not really late where you are. And Cheryl, great perspective. Crystal, thank you. Oh, good. Tom, that was beautiful. I feel like I came back home to myself. Didn't realize I was away for so long. Oh, good. Welcome, welcome. Welcome back home in 2026, right? Great way to start the year, being back in ourselves. Fun fact, and I hope I never do this to you guys. So for Christmas, my husband did get me an Aura ring, and I've been having a ton of fun geeking out over like just the insights that I see. And so I've gotten to the point now where it like gives me my stress levels throughout the day. And the irony, I just have to share this with you guys because I think it's just hilarious, but it's such a reminder of like the health and fitness and spiritual world. The only time yesterday that I peeked into a stressful state is when I was doing a meditation. So I was doing this meditation and like it was a guided meditation, which I don't always use guided meditations, and everything that they were saying in this guided meditation was completely triggering me. And I could tell while I was sitting there, I was getting stressed. Like it was supposed to be one for like abundance and money, and like everything they were saying was literally like stressing me out. So I knew it in the moment, but it's like you go to meditate and you end up stressing yourself out but like through a meditation. What are the freaking odds? So I just want to say, like, even the healthy things that we try to do and the good things that we try to do, just sometimes it can stress you out too. So like just be aware, because I've come to learn, and what I really think the most about, and this is like on my health food journey and everything else, it's like stress is the number one contributor that makes everything worse. So like if you're going to do the workout or you're going to eat the healthy food or like go to meditate or something, and like there's stress behind it or within it, it's not going to help you. Like, yes, you might be doing something healthy, but like in my mind, the stress negates everything else in a way. So it's like, how can we go into those things feeling good? And if you're listening to a meditation and it is triggering you, me just being the fool, like I didn't stop it. I literally like sat through the whole 25 minutes, like thinking like it's going to turn around. I'm gonna, not be stressed. No, I was stressed the whole time. So literally like pay attention and pivot and stop and like do stuff. I just thought it was hilarious. Like I went to meditate and my meditation stressed me out, of course. So hopefully the meditations I create for you guys, I never want you to have experiences like that. And I do my best to have it be something that's calming and comforting and doesn't trigger you or like make you relive stuff in a way. It's like, let's bring up something, but let's not go down the rabbit hole. And I say that a lot in the meditations, but what are the odds? Like, what are the odds that I do a meditation and it stresses me out? It's so silly. So that was the second thing I wanted to share. I will be recording videos this week. I'm going to be making one specifically for the neck that was requested. So I have a different one coming out Monday that I had pre-recorded. And then I'm going to record the neck one and other one. Bear with me. I'm figuring out where I'm recording a little bit. So just know that the backdrop might look different. It might not. I might still use the circle, but there's no grass behind it. It's in like another location now. So TBD. But I say that to say, like, don't look for the normal thumbnail because something might be different. Back in the chat from Tom, we leave in self-doubt in 2025. Goodbye, survival. 2026, we thriving. Absolutely, yes. 2026, we thriving. We're listening to our intuition. We are trusting. We are believing in our goals and our dreams. Like, let's go. And oh, good, Cheryl. I'm very glad to hear that I create a very safe space for us. That's my goal. So anyway, those are all my rants. This is a much longer live than I think we've done in the past. I will have a new video up for you guys on Monday. I'm looking to do a more hybrid approach of shorts and long form. So I'm thinking 3 long form a week. I might drop down to 2. We'll see what feels best. But if there are any video topics that you are interested in me creating, please let me know. You can put it here on this video. You can leave it in the community tab. You can send me an email, like whatever way feels best for you to do that. I should do one called Come Back Home to Yourself, Manifest Your... Oh yeah, Tom, that's a good idea. The only thing is I might not be able to record it for tomorrow. Maybe I will. Maybe, I guess I could try to record it tonight. Possibly. Let me see what I could do. But I will definitely put that on the list. I do love that. So thank you, thank you. And yeah, maybe I could try to get something up today. Who knows? Who knows? What else? I feel like I've been talking a lot, so I do want you guys to enjoy this Reiki energy here, Capricorn. Anything is possible with your work ethic. Yeah. I definitely could have a video up for you guys by tonight. I just don't have makeup on, so I'd have to just go put on some makeup, which isn't a big deal. But I just have to go do that, put on the makeup, and then go sit down. But yeah. Well, I hope you guys have a really wonderful full moon. I will work on this video. I might have one up for you guys tonight. Tom is motivating me. And I hope you guys have an amazing start to the new year and really allow the emotional release to happen this weekend. And allow yourself to just move on your own timeline for starting new things. We don't have to do everything all at once, and we don't have to rush. How is my elbow? That is a really great question. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. My elbow seems to be good. I'm able to do dead weight hangs. I don't know what they're called. I'm able to just like hang by the bar, which is awesome. However, I was doing yoga this morning and I do have a bump in my wrist, and it is making it hard again to like do stuff. So I'm dealing with that, but it is what it is. I've had that since like 2016 and it frustrates the bejeebies out of me, but I'm hoping I might be able to, I don't know, hopefully it'll eventually go away. But my elbow is good. My elbow is decent. I can lift again. I can hold my body weight up. I can move heavy things. I was helping move a lot of stuff in the apartment. It did feel a little bit sore after moving things, but I just power through, you know? How are you doing? I feel like you had some things happening in the last 2 years as well. My elbow, look into peptides for that. Peptides for my elbow? Tom, what I really need, and I've tried a few different things, but I've given up all hope. I need a solution to dissolve a ganglion cyst. That is what I need the most. Like this, you guys can't fully see it, but this bump right here, I've tried castor oil. I just might not have used it long enough. I tried an essential oil blend. I've tried a lot of things. Probably nothing for long enough. I've had healers work on it. I've used the beamer on it. I've done Reiki to it. I just want it gone. I was contemplating surgery, but like when I went years ago, the doctor was like, he hates doing that surgery because it just grows back. Magnesium. Cheryl, do you think magnesium on the skin or like take magnesium orally? I did just buy... there's a company, I did a podcast years ago with this woman who started a magnesium company, and so I actually just bought her foot soak and her spray again. I wonder if I used her magnesium spray on it, what it would do. So I like that. So it's let me put it in the chat for you. Ganglion cyst. On the skin. Okay, sure. I'll definitely give that a go. I appreciate that. It's basically a sac of fluid that forms around your joints. It's really common on like wrist joints. It's like the one where people used to like take a heavy book and like smack it. I think I got it when I started lifting in 2016 when I was doing something with dumbbells, but like I also played basketball, so like just this joint in itself just has gotten a lot of wear and tear, but like nothing really causes it. Like it just forms, if that makes sense. And they're like super, super, super common, but mine is right in between the joint, so I can't do like push up well. I can't keep my elbow straight and stay in a like bended situation. I've had adhesion removal done. I've had a lot of stuff done. I don't know if it's from calcium deposits, but if it is from calcium deposits, what do you got for me that can break down calcium deposits? I appreciate you guys being my doctors right now. I'm like, I like alternate solutions, alternative stuff. And I've just been living with it since 2016. So yeah. I don't take vitamin D alone. Anyway, for anyone else who, y'all don't need to like stay on as we talk about this, you're more than welcome to hop off. Vitamin K2 might help with that because it binds it to the bone. Interesting. Okay. I'll take a look at it, Tom. I appreciate that feedback. Yeah. See what we can do. Okay. Well, thank you all for listening to my saga with my arm and my elbow. I don't think it's from parasites, but I've never heard of that for parasites. I did a cleanse a while back, and it was like cloves and wood. I'm for blanking on the other thing, but I'll definitely look on those two things. I appreciate you guys so much. And Cheryl, I'm definitely going to I'm going to try the magnesium. I think that's a really good idea too. Spraying it with magnesium every day. See what happens. Maybe magnesium and castor oil together. Too much? Who knows? I probably know more about it than at this point. I know some stuff. I just don't know what's going to work. I don't know the final solution. So yeah. Anyway. I hope you guys have a really, really, really good full moon. I hope that this Reiki helped you. Go feed the cats. Goodbye. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for your feedback and help and listening to my saga. But I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.